Chapter 301. Siko Jun was brimming with resolve. I can do it. It had been nearly 30 years since the great cataclysm tore his life apart, orphaning him in its wake. It was during these tumultuous times that he first encountered Lee Jong-ryong. I've been watching you for a while. Would you like to join me? Me? Yes. You have exceptional talent. It was then that he understood. He realized how he, an orphan with no prospects, had managed to receive top-tier education in an environment conducive to growth. The identity of the mysterious benefactor, whom he had never once seen, finally made sense. This benefactor wasn't the archetypal figure from fairy tales, yet that was all the more reason for Siko Jun to accept his offer. Yes, sir. From now on, call me a master. And so began a new chapter in Siko Jun's life. He diligently learned unfamiliar techniques and breathing exercises alongside other children, cherishing every moment. His youthful hands bore the marks of his labor, blisters that burst and healed into calluses. In many ways, Siko Jun's life mirrored this transformation, enduring pain, healing, and emerging stronger. As he grew more resilient, he eventually earned his place beside Lee Jong-ryong. From today, you are the head of the security team. Please tell me what I should and shouldn't do. Follow my orders and don't go against them, that's all. Lee Jong-ryong's words resonated deeply within Siko Jun. He devoted himself to fulfilling the objective set by his master. Whether in the shadows or under the spotlight, Siko Jun executed his duties flawlessly. Contrary to the hunters who basked in their prowess and led lives of ostentation, he quietly tackled the tasks assigned by Lee Jong-ryong, concealing his true capabilities. Within the Aries Guild, his true power was a subject of speculation. The only person privy to the extent of his abilities was Lee Jong-ryong himself. Don't you feel suffocated? What do you mean? Staying only by my side. I've never thought about it. With your skills, you could make a name for yourself anywhere right now. I'm not interested in that. I will always protect you, master. Haha, you seem even more reliable today. It was sincere. Among all the members of the security team trained by Lee Jong-ryong, none displayed the level of blind worship and respect as Siko Jun did. His extraordinary abilities combined with his unwavering devotion were unparalleled. Yet, paradoxically, these very virtues, his skill and loyalty, were what drove Siko Jun to eventually defy an order from Lee Jong-ryong. If it wasn't for the special instruction from my master, you would be dead here. Your master? Ah, Jong-ryong. How's Jong-ryong doing? Isn't it about time to look for a place in Silver Town? Mentioning Lee Jong-ryong in such a manner was beyond an insult. To Siko Jun, Lee Jong-ryong was more than a mentor. He was akin to a parent, a guide, and to some extent, a deity. For a devout follower like Siko Jun, blasphemy against his god was intolerable. I will kill this bastard. As the command to avoid conflict with the Peace Guild faded from his consciousness, a fierce aura began to swirl around his clenched fist. If you think it will be the same as last time, I'll make you regret it. Siko Jun recalled his brief skirmish with Jin Tae-kyung at the hospital a week earlier. That encounter had been restricted by his master's orders, his true strength barely revealed. But now Jin Tae-kyung was about to face the full force of his pent-up fury. I'll use all my strength and finish it in one blow. Consequences were irrelevant. His sole focus was on delivering retribution for the insult to his master. And in Siko Jun's mind, his victory was certain. Die! Whoosh! With a sound akin to the air itself being torn asunder, his fist rocketed forward at blinding speed. Jin Tae-kyung was only 3 steps away, standing with a broad smile and arms wide open. He was defenseless. In slow motion, Siko Jun's fist was aimed with lethal intent, yet Jin Tae-kyung stood unmoved. It's over, kid. A smug smile crept across Jin Tae-kyung's face. Kwang! The air erupted with a sound like the heavens splitting apart. But Siko Jun was oblivious to it, engulfed by the intense recoil and the scorching heat radiating from his fist. The world around Siko Jun fractured into blinding whiteness, a searing agony slicing through him, reminiscent of a red-hot blade carving through his insides. A guttural cry, raw and involuntary, tore from his gaping mouth. Quick! Whoosh! Doubled over, Siko Jun's eyes bulged in shock as he coughed out his insides. Blood, a relentless dark red tide pooled around him. Amidst the crimson flood, pale fragments floated, their true nature horrifyingly apparent. Pieces of his own intestines. What in the world is this? His bewildered gaze fixated on the pool of his lifeblood, his view abruptly eclipsed by a pair of feet. Didn't I say I would make you regret it? It's strange. It doesn't seem like much. He knew without having to lift his head. He knew whose feet were stepping in his blood, whose voice echoed in his ears as his brain rapidly fogged over. How could I be defeated by a single strikeout, one clash? It was a pillar of fire that turned the tower Siko Jun had built over the last 30 years into ashes. Is this even possible? Tremors racked Xiao Jun's form. Pain? No, it was fear, a terror he had only ever reserved for one person, his master, Li Zhongryong. Lift your head. That same fear seemed to clench his hair, coercing his head upwards. Feet steeped in the bloodbath, ascending past legs firm and unyielding like steel, to a torso echoing the lithe strength of a wild beast, and then, those eyes. They were dark forests veiled in shadows. Two burning coals gazed at Xiao Jun. Tell your master. The hot breath brushed his ear, a whisper meant solely for him. As long as I am here, no one can touch the Peace Guild. Xiao Jun's eyelids fluttered weakly, a raspy whisper escaping his blood-drenched lips. What in the world? Are you? Me? The response didn't reach his ears but echoed ominously in his mind. I am the successor of the Fire King, the heir to the Scorching Clan. It was like an auditory hallucination. Xiao Jun, quickly fading, didn't recognize the sound transmission, nor could he fathom the significance of those words. Only one word came to his mind. Monster. With a mischievous smile, Jijin Taekyung's face was the last thing Xiao Jun saw before his body crumbled like a rotten tree. Swoosh. Thud. A heavy suffocating silence engulfed the area. Nobody dared to utter a word or make a move. Hundreds of eyes, wide with trepidation, flicked towards me. I gazed down at the unconscious Xiao Jun and delivered my verdict in a low murmur. Why mess around and cause such a fuss? You're nothing special. The air seemed to solidify with tension. As I diverted my gaze from Xiao Jun, a wave of gasps and murmurs broke the silence. Among the crowd, one reaction stood out sharply. Association President. Oh, Li Wuzhong, the president of the Seoul Association, jerked in surprise, hastily averting his eyes. Did you call me? Why are you suddenly speaking formally? You were speaking casually just a moment ago. The association president faltered, his complexion draining of color. Are you talking to me? Don't you remember? Recently my memory hasn't been so good, I keep forgetting. Oh, I see. Then you must have already forgotten what happened between us today? Your expression suggests you haven't forgotten. He wouldn't be in such a high position if he didn't understand what needed to happen now. At my question, the association president hastily shook his head. No, I have. I will take care of keeping everyone's mouth shut. Keeping their mouths shut? Ah, no, not that. Everyone who came with you also has poor memory, right? Yes, that's right. These folks all suffer from short-term memory loss. Isn't that so? About 200 association hunters who had accompanied him nodded vehemently in agreement. That's right. Of course. I don't even remember my name. Wait, where is this? Who am Chiu? Who was the last guy to speak? I barely restrained myself from turning in his direction. Well, that's good. My broad smile was mirrored by the association president and the other hunters, though theirs seemed forced. With this many onlookers, I doubted this would be sufficient to ensure their silence. Now for the next move. Who's the person in charge here? I am. A middle-aged man with sharp eyes, an AA rank hunter and a team leader of the Aries Guild, stepped forward. His gaze oscillated between me and the fallen Xiao Jun. A mix of disbelief and concern etched on his face. He bit his lip, pondering the situation. I don't know what business you had with team leader Suck, but you've made a serious mistake. His words betrayed his ignorance of the full scope of internal affairs. My response came with a smirk. In life, there are all sorts of situations like this, right? Aren't you worried about how the Vice Guild Master will react when he hears about today's incident? Not worried, but I am looking forward to it. Make sure to report to Zhongryong. My reply seemed to shock not only the middle-aged man but also the other members of the Aries Guild behind him. Whether it was my casual reference to Li Zhongryong or my apparent indifference, I couldn't discern. My thoughts were preoccupied not with their reactions, but with how Li Zhongryong would respond to the report. Poor Zhongryong, he's going to have a headache. In this unfolding drama, Li Zhongryong played the role of a cleaner. He seemed to always be meticulously working to ensure no ripple of these incidents disturbed the surface. But to show his teeth again so soon after the first incident, impressive really. The swift aggression shown by Li Zhongryong despite the recent conclusion of our delicate negotiations sent a chill through me. What if I had really died here? The implications were clear. Without me, the Peace Guild would crumble against the colossal might of Ares. This realization struck me anew. If I let my guard down even for a moment, this battle is over. In this relentless war, there was no pause for breath. The enemies were ever vigilant, always ready to strike. Phew, at least the immediate crisis was contained, or not. 4 pairs of eyes bore into me with intensity, accompanied by dozens of others filled with questions, demanding explanations. Ah, I forgot about our guild. I had overlooked a crucial aspect amidst the chaos. But how to even begin explaining this? After a brief internal debate, I chose my words. I went to pee. A moment of silence. Song suddenly spoke in a tone I hadn't heard before. Taekyung. Yeah? Is it okay if I kill you? Let's go outside and I'll explain. Yes, let's go outside first.